Y'all want to know the real reason that Trump wants Greenland? It all has to do with Greenland being the closest thing and looks connected to the Rupus nigra, also known as Hyperborea. This was a mythical, quote unquote, even though the Greeks wrote about it, plenty of people have documented about this place. It was a mythical 33, how ironic, mile-wide black magnetic island believed in the 16th and 17th century to be located at the North Pole. Look at this land piece that is right under my head. Groenland. Groenland is really Greenland. Groenland is the Dutch, French, and Danish spelling for Greenland, meaning Greenland, named by Norse settlers like Eric the Red, who hoped the favorable name would attract more settlers to the habitable coastal areas, despite most of the island being covered in ice. Hyperborea in both classical mythology and later literary traditions is a legendary idyllic land situated in the far north, often associated or located in the region of Greenland. While Greeks believed it to be a sunny, temperate home of giants beyond the north wind, modern occult and fiction accounts, including the Hyperborean cycle, often place this lost continent in the Arctic, with Greenland depicted as its surviving remnant. Ancient Greeks placed Hyperborea in the extreme north, often depicted on the 16th century maps as a landmass located north of Greenland within the Arctic Circle. Some theories suggest Greenland is the remnant of a mythical northern civilization, Hyperborea, which was believed to be a cradle of humanity or lost, highly advanced society. It is often depicted as a Viking Atlantis or land of eternal sunlight, contrasted with the modern icy reality of the Arctic. Now, the Yazis had the black sun esoteric symbol with this and associated it with the mythical northern land of Hyperborea. It represents an imagined Aryan Hyperborean spiritual force popularized by writers like Miguel Serrano, a source of and return to a golden age. Golden age, like Mr. Trump likes to say all the time. The black sun is depicted as a sun wheel, a sonorad, often featuring 12 radical sig runes or inverted swastikas. Miguel Serrano is a key figure in esoteric Hitlerism, claimed the black sun represents the blood memory of extraterrestrial Aryans from Hyperborea, identifying it as a source of divine Aryan power. In Greek mythology, the people from Hyperborea were known as Hyperboreans, a mythical, peaceful people living far to the north, beyond the domain of Boreas, the north wind. They were considered a sacred, blessed race who worshipped Apollo and lived for 1,000 years in earthly paradise. They represent a distant, idyllic, and otherworldly culture often associated with the land of eternal youth and abundance. For historical association, they were associated with northern people like Celts or inhabitants near the Black Sea from the ancient writers. We know they tell us truth all the time through Marvel and DC movies, especially with the original creators of these companies being Jewish. Anyways, they describe them in the Marvel fiction as a race of tall, around 7 feet, pale-skinned, white-haired humanoids with cat-like green eyes, often predating Atlantis. In some theories, they were the original Hyperboreans, later intermixing with Aesir and other peoples. Now here's where things get really interesting with Hyperborea and Greenland. Hyperborea and Thule are mythical lands in ancient lore, representing distant north realms where legendary people lived in idyllic, happy societies, often conflated in later esoteric traditions as a source of ancient wisdom or the Aryan race, with Thule sometimes depicted as a city or island in Hyperborea, both lost to cataclysms like floods or ice ages, serving as powerful symbols in occultism and fiction. Now, in Supernatural, if anyone's seen that TV show, they show you a ton of truth in that as well. The Thule are a society of powerful necromancers. Resurrection, using the necromancy technique they developed, the Thule are able to resurrect dead members whose bodies have not been burned. They are also able to resurrect Adolf Schmittler using a spell with his soul and a vessel from Schmittler's bloodline. That's really specific to put in a TV show like Supernatural. You know what's really weird about Greenland? Pacific Space Base, formerly Thule Air Base, is a United States Space Force base in Greenland. Why would they call this place Thule if it has nothing to do with this quote-unquote mythical land that's with Hyperborea? The same Thule that's a society of powerful necromancers that resurrected Mr. Mustache Man with his soul on a vessel from his bloodline? Nah. And notice how was a United States space base there. Notice that this is the Space Base Delta 1 logo with a 6-headed dragon, 6 claws. And do you see the 6 that's at the base of the dragon with the left bottom head and the second right head that makes a G or a 6? You got the 6 claws, 6 heads, and that being 666. But you also have a G and the free builder symbol with the 2 yellow lines and then the 2 gray lines that overpass it, like a compass, like the free builders. Props to Alan, he showed me the 6 in the middle / G. But this is just crazy, isn't it? Can't make this stuff up. And on top of the world too, huh? You don't say. Also, the Pacific Space Base now, Thule, has some interesting numbers. Like, it has a 9997 foot runway, 666 upside down. Or the personnel are roughly 1 + 5, which is 6, to 6 + 5, which is 11. And 6 times 11 is 66. Now that could be a stretch, but I don't know. I'm starting not to believe in coincidences like that, especially with something so sketched like this Thule space base. Not to mention the amount of dragons that have to do with this mythological land. Like in some theories, Hyperborea is associated with a lost civilization beneath the ice where an ashen worm, which in parentheses says dragon, caused the land to freeze and fall. Or Dragon Raja, Hyperborea is a mythical frozen location used as a trap by Odin to lure hybrids into feeding the embryo of the dragon Nidhogg. Or with the Marvel, Hyperborea is an ancient pre-human or early human kingdom sometimes associated with the era of dragon kings. Nidhogg means malice striker or hate striker and is a fearsome dragon or serpent in Norse mythology that constantly gnaws at the root of the Yggdrasil, the real tree, symbolizing destruction and chaos, while also devouring corpses in the underworld and playing a role in the eventual downfall of the cosmos during Ragnarok. Like Satan's tail hitting 1/3 of the stars out the sky, cosmos.